loving it.
I think
glow.
with Barry Gordy, I don't know that you would ever know if that were the fact. Like, that was a big thing with him and musicians when he was a producer.
Sure.
Like, it was all about your image to everyone else.
But imagine bringing all them people to the set like,
I'm
yo,
sure.
check out the glow. This is Sho'nuff's costume.
Stevie Wonder's here. Where? Where is
It's over
Stevie?
there.
He said the set looked awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
ouch.
ayo.
But yeah, as a first time viewer, I thought it was cool. I don't think it's like that bad. It's kind of like cartoony. It does have a strange tone.
Oh, for sure. And I think that you can't really lock it into genre very much. There's some comedy.
There's some weird
There's
comedy.
some drama, sort of. Obviously, it's an action movie.
I would say like a kung fu fantasy drama comedy
romance.
What? It reminds me of Saturday morning cartoons.
but like
I
in
don't know
live
why.
action,
Yeah.
but a real live one.
Saturday morning live action TV show. I don't know why it conjures
I'll be
up
honest,
those
when
things.
I was a kid and I watched this movie, I was like, as soon as he came up with the glow, I was like, my eyes lit up like a crazy man. I was like, what?
Cool.
He's got the glow.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right.
Everything
he's
that you
badass.
imagined it would be.
Exactly.
Well, and
'Cause
that's
it was like 1986.
And that's
whatever.
important, you know.
All that, I'm sure.
The
He could have been,
feelings.
he could have been fighting on the back of Falcor. You know what I mean? Like fucking doing
Absolutely.
fucking backflips on Falcor, and you've been like, yes.
But I think there was a lot of things that were going for this movie. There was a little bit of it was a little heavy-handed, some of the social stuff, you know.
But it does have a
wasn't-
strong young black protagonist.
No. What I'm saying is like where the parts where he's learning jive and all
Oh,
that.
right,
It's a little
right.
heavy-handed.
yeah.
But given the creators and everybody involved, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that was the thing is the action was pretty good for what it was.
Definitely.
There was a couple people like I really like Sho'nuff as a bad guy.
Yes.
Like I think if you that's what I would have wanted to see out of this. Anything I want to see where that guy came from.
Yes.
His
Where did
coming
he?
up
Yeah.
in Harlem, to become the Shogun.
He had to go to Staten Island to learn.
Yeah. How did his parents abandon him? He was not loved at any time. You know, did he go to the island where they bury all the transient people? Where Peter Pan is buried and shit?
Jesus.
There's like an island out in the middle of like it's a small island that they bury all of like the homeless people and shit like that, and they still do it. And it's like Peter Pan's out there, the guy that did the voice for Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Like all kinds of famous people are out there. They didn't even know they were there.
Yeah.
Did he go train out there and like get the souls of all these people to fight Sho'nuff? God damn,
Who
that's
was
a
his
movie in
master?
itself. Right?
There
Was
you
he his
go.
own master?
Oh.
Who
Maybe.
taught him?
No, I'm sure he learned from someone and then turned his back on him or something.
Ooh. Or he plucked his eyeball out.
Well-
Fuck ow.
Nah, man.
Kill Bill style.
There can only be two of them at a time.
Oh. Maybe you're right.
Maybe.
He did take him out, and maybe he was trying to train one of the other dudes, where he was looking for somebody else to train.
Overall, I would say this is like a fun movie to watch, and I enjoyed it as a kid. Obviously, go ahead.
And yeah, that's the important part. Is just like the feelings that you had growing up with it, and like what you guys, I was gonna try to segue into like your final thoughts on it. Growing up with it and everything like that. Because I've only seen this the once. I didn't even really know. I mean, I might have known this was around, but But like you were saying, growing up watching it, when you saw the glow happen, and especially in the fight in the end,
Right.
I mean, you dig it. Everybody does. In some weird way, everybody likes The Last Dragon.
Again, so they were going to make a second and a third one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Didn't
and
they
now
even-
they're already talking about I know RZA from Wu-Tang
Yep.
had I think it was like 2008 had said he wanted to
do a
redo
continuation
remake
of it or something?
And obviously it's 2019, so I don't know if I'd hold my breath for that one.
Well, RZA, didn't he do The Man with the Iron Fist or something? The Iron Fist
it was
movie?
like a kung fu movie.
Yeah. Of course, Wu-Tang is like all over fucking 36
Especially-
Chambers.
They're
and all
nothing
that
to
shit.
Right
fuck
now
with,
with
too,
the-
by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
so
know.
I hear.
What about you, Brock? Like, what's
Final thoughts on that movie?
Yeah, like final thoughts.
It's a movie that I can always watch, no matter what. I might not sit down with a certain plan to watch it, but if it's on, I'll watch it. If I haven't seen it in a couple of years, I'll watch it and be like, oh, well, that's not a bad movie to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely
you
not
know?
one that you keep in like regular rotation or anything like that. But it's definitely one like you said. If I haven't seen it in 4 or 5 years,
Yeah.
I'll watch
yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because you have those fond memories of growing up with it.
Right.
That's the cool part about it, is because you really can. Yeah, I don't identify with it, but I really like the feel of it because it reminds me of being younger.
It's really everything 80s.
Yes.
It really is.
It's definitely very 80s.
And I think more the story, like all the involvement from, the with Motown, all that's what really kind of hooked me into it, Like, obviously I watched it when I was a kid, but I mean after the fact.
It is interesting,
learning more about it,
Very cool.
Well, you grow up with it, and it's always there. Like people, like I said, people are like, "Oh, let's watch Barry Gordy's Last Dragon. It's got cussing in it." It had no boobies or nothing like that, so it wasn't really dirty or bad.
Right.
But I mean, if you went over to the Christian kid's house, you could probably watch it. You know what I mean?
Except for you might have to mute Sho'nuff every now and again.
Maybe if his mom was there.
Mom's coming.
Yeah. Jeez, turn it off real quick.
God, he said, "Goddamn."
Let's play Nintendo. But now when
James, I heard that.
Who's the baddest?
Who wants some more mac and cheese?
Mofo?
Oh my God, my mom's gonna come in here.
No, I still enjoy it because of that, and it's one of those movies that I found again in the '90s after I had grown up watching it a couple of times, and then whenever I'm a little bit older, I'm in my later teens, I'm like, oh yeah, that was a fucking cool movie. Still, and it's always there, so it's always going to be accessible. They've had some pretty good releases, Blu-ray wise, DVD wise, VHS wise.
Yeah, you can get it on DVD.
I don't even know if they re-release it in the theaters in a long time. They might, because
no idea.
I know it's had multiple.
I'm sure there'll be a remake now.
Yeah.
If there's not one already in the works. But I haven't seen anything. Like I said, it was all old information.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been like about it'd have been like 4 years ago or next year. Maybe they'll do a 25 or
a 30th anniversary.
30th anniversary.
Because I think they did a 25th anniversary release Blu-ray. I mean they
or 30 or 35. I guess it would be, right?
Yeah, however many years count.
Yeah,
I can't count it.
I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Math. When you do math, because it's 84. It's 2019.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even.
So it'd be this year. So it'd be
25.
It'll be the year coming up.
25,
right?
35 this year.
35. Wow.
So it'd be 35 this year.
Next year, right?
2020 or 2019?
Well, 2019. If it came out, it came out in 85.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So you've just learned, everyone, that we're really good at math.
Yeah.
That's why we're all accountants.
Yes.
I'm a CPA.
That's our day job. Went to school for it. Graduated bottom of my class.
I'll do your taxes. Well, guys, I don't know. Should we wrap it up?
Graduated Kamala Khan.
That's an enjoyable movie. If you get a chance to watch it, if you haven't seen it after hearing us talk some bullshit about it, watch it, enjoy it. Just watch it for what it is, because that's really the best thing about movies. For me, is having movies like this throughout my whole entire life that I can always go back on, and even in 20 years, I'll still feel the same way about it. It'll always hold something kind of special, to everything, just because it was that Saturday morning vibe.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Very, very of the era.
Yes. All right, so that'll be it for tonight's Drop Culture podcast. If you have any suggestions for any kind of movie you might want to hear us talk about, or if there's a movie that you really love that you don't even know if anybody else knows about,
absolutely,
let us know, because we love watching movies and we know a lot about the movies. We like to research them and have fun with them because we've seen them so many times.
Yeah, you can participate here. If you want us to do a movie and talk about it, we can definitely do that. Just let us know at the email, the Facebook, the Twitters.
Everything. And everything's on our website. Everything is on our Instagram.
And that's
on the internet.
www.dropculture.com.
Yes, send us emails. Give us your what for about this movie. Why you
love
it.
Or your ideas.
Gmail. Is that it?
Dropculturepodcast@gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Yeah, and even if you've listened to some of our other episodes, you want to shoot us out a concept to talk about for a while, we're down with that too.
Yeah, and
Love to hear what you have to say.
And by this time too that you guys are listening to this, we have our new After Dark.
After Dark.
And that's where me, Dan, and Tyson here kind of really deep dive into it.
We really digress.
Yeah, it's lets us go down the rabbit hole a bit, if
a
you
little
will.
bit more, and we like to pick a lot of different subjects for it. So that about wraps it up. I'm Brock.
I'm Tyson.
And I'm Dan, still.
Yes. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Or we won't. You'll hear us next time. Well, I didn't really do a lot of research on those guys because they weren't that important to me.
There's not a lot of